Sarah Ferguson quietly slipped past security, boarded an unmarked flight, and landed in a hidden European hideaway. No announcements, no official press releases, just a mother on a desperate mission to reach Princess Eugenie after a secret life update that changes everything. Something huge just happened away from British soil, and Sarah Ferguson crossed international borders in complete secrecy to be there when it did. What was she trying so hard to hide from the king? And why is this secret trip threatening to blow open a massive new divide inside the royal family? Make sure to watch this video until the very end, because the real reason behind Sarah's sudden escape will completely change how you see the royal dynamic forever. And if you love staying up to date with all the deepest royal secrets, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community. It really helps the channel, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. It was supposed to be a total secret, but Sarah Ferguson has reportedly been spotted slipping into Portugal completely under the radar. No royal security teams, no public statements. Reports suggest she made a quiet journey straight to the coast of Melides to be right by Princess Eugenie's side. Princess Eugenie and her husband, Jack Brooksbank, have been building a completely different kind of life far away from London. They relocated to a luxury £3.6 million oceanside home set inside the exclusive Costa Terra resort. It's a quiet village near Lisbon where Princess Eugenie says she can walk into the local supermarket with her hair up in workout clothes without anyone caring or staring. It offers a sense of normal life that simply doesn't exist for royals back in the UK. Reports suggest that Princess Eugenie just gave birth to her third child, a baby girl born at a private hospital in Lisbon weighing 6 pounds 9 ounces. While Buckingham Palace released a short, formal announcement confirming that King Charles and Queen Camilla were delighted by the news, Sarah Ferguson didn't wait for formal royal protocol. She wanted to be there in person to support her daughter. According to sources, Sarah Ferguson has been joining Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank for dinner at quiet local restaurants, bonding with her new granddaughter away from the spotlight. This kind of immediate hands-on support is completely typical for Sarah Ferguson. Throughout every high and low, she has always operated as a fierce, devoted mother first and a royal second. She has never let strict palace etiquette stand in the way of being present for her daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. When her family goes through major life milestones, Sarah Ferguson shows up, regardless of media scrutiny or international borders. Looking at this decision, it makes absolute sense why she made the journey. With all the heavy news and ongoing pressure surrounding her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, back in England, stepping completely out of the UK spotlight to focus on new life and family is likely the best choice she could make. It gives her a chance to recharge in a peaceful environment while providing Princess Eugenie with the maternal support every new mother needs. However, this quiet trip isn't just a simple family visit. Portugal is fast turning into an alternative base for royals who want to escape traditional palace life, with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle also setting up a home nearby. And as it turns out, Sarah Ferguson wasn't just stepping away to visit her new granddaughter. She was also leaving behind a growing storm back in London that threatens to follow her wherever she goes. Sarah Ferguson wasn't just flying to Portugal to see her new baby granddaughter. She was getting out of the UK before things got even worse. For months, the pressure around her back in England has been completely unbearable. Ever since her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, was stripped of his titles and forced to pack up his life at Royal Lodge, Sarah Ferguson found herself trapped right in the middle of the storm. For years, they lived under the same roof at that massive 30-room estate in Windsor. But when King Charles made it crystal clear that the free rides were over, their shared home was taken away, forcing them to pack up and leave for good. And if you think being pushed out of Royal Lodge was the end of her problems, the story gets even darker. Insiders say Sarah Ferguson reached a complete breaking point when fresh details about her past associations began flooding the headlines again. New emails and old financial ties to convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein surfaced, causing a massive public backlash across Britain. Charities that she had supported for decades suddenly dropped her as their patron. Her personal business ventures started shutting down one by one, and major publishers even cancelled her upcoming books. Almost overnight, the world she built in the UK completely collapsed around her. Reports suggest that while Andrew was quietly pushed off to a small, hidden property on the King's Sandringham estate, Sarah Ferguson made a radical choice. She refused to move in with him. After decades of staying by his side through every scandal, she decided it was finally time to cut the cord and carve out her own path. She couldn't stay in London, and she didn't want to hide away in Norfolk. So she packed her bags, left the country behind, and started travelling across Europe to clear her name and reset her life. But as rumours indicate, finding a safe place to hide when the entire British media is tracking your every move is almost impossible. And what she did next, while hopping between luxury retreats across the European continent, would leave royal experts completely stunned. Before quietly arriving in Portugal, Sarah Ferguson spent months floating across Europe like a royal ghost. When the British press became too loud, she didn't just lay low in a quiet village. She checked into some of the most expensive, ultra-exclusive wellness clinics in the world. Reports suggest she spent time at a £14,000 a week health clinic in Austria, followed by a stay at the famous Paracelsus Recovery Clinic in Zurich, Switzerland. This isn't just a regular spa. It's a high-security sanctuary where the world's most famous people go when their lives are falling apart, charging tens of thousands of pounds a day for total privacy. Sarah Ferguson once called the place a safe harbour in the storms of life. And she desperately needed a safe harbour. But running to luxury retreats across Europe takes serious cash. With her UK deals cancelled and her charities dropping her, everyone was asking the exact same question. How is Sarah Ferguson funding this multi-million-pound lifestyle away from the palace? And that is where the story takes a massive, unexpected turn. Rumours indicate that while she was laying low, she was staying at a luxury chalet in Switzerland owned by her former partner, motorsport tycoon Paddy McNally. Paddy was a massively wealthy man with a fortune estimated at around £600 million. The two dated back in the 1980s before she married Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, but they stayed incredibly close friends for over 40 years. Then, in July 2026, shocking news broke. Paddy McNally passed away at the age of 88. Immediately, the rumour mill went into overdrive across London and Europe. Insiders claim Paddy always promised to take care of Sarah Ferguson, leading many to speculate whether he left a substantial portion of his £600 million fortune to her in his final will. If those inheritance rumours are true, Sarah Ferguson could suddenly gain total financial independence from the royal family forever. She wouldn't need Buckingham Palace, and she certainly wouldn't need UK press approval. Which brings us right back to that sudden, secret trip to Lisbon. For the first time in modern history, a royal baby in the direct line of succession was born far away from British soil. On August 3, 2026, Princess Eugenie gave birth to a 6-pound 9-ounce baby girl at a hospital in Lisbon. Buckingham Palace issued a very brief, formal statement saying King Charles and Queen Camilla were delighted. But make no mistake, delivering a baby in Portugal, completely outside the traditional UK medical system, sends a massive message to London. Princess Eugenie deliberately chose to avoid the usual London birthing suites. She didn't want the royal photographers lined up outside the hospital doors. She didn't want palace aides telling her how to handle her own moment. Instead, she chose total privacy under the Portuguese sun. This baby girl is now 15th in line to the throne. Yet, reports suggest she won't carry a formal royal title at all. That is a huge decision. Princess Eugenie is carving out a completely independent path for her children, far removed from the royal duties back in England. And having Sarah Ferguson by her side in Lisbon wasn't just about emotional support after the birth. It was a clear sign that this branch of the family is uniting away from the UK. Insiders say Sarah Ferguson feels immense relief seeing her daughter build a life away from the constant spotlight in London. But as it turns out, Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank aren't the only ones setting up camp in this gorgeous coastal hideaway. A brand new alternative royal power base is forming on the sunny coast of Portugal, completely independent from Buckingham Palace. The quiet fishing village of Melides, often dubbed the Iberian Hamptons, has suddenly turned into a sanctuary for non-traditional royals seeking an escape from London. Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank led the way by planting their roots at the exclusive Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club. But they aren't the only big names building a life in this 700-acre luxury enclave. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle also bought a multi-million-pound holiday home right in the exact same development. Think about what that really means. Prince Harry and Princess Eugenie have always shared a close bond, staying united through all the family drama back home. Now, with Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Princess Eugenie, and Sarah Ferguson all gathering along the same quiet stretch of beach, a completely separate royal circle is operating outside the UK, and Hollywood royalty is joining them too. Neighbours in the area reportedly include A-list stars like George Clooney and Paris Hilton, giving this private community total star power away from strict British customs. Insiders claim this sudden concentration of family members outside the UK is causing subtle tension back at the palace. For King Charles and Prince William, keeping the monarchy unified is a top priority. But seeing prominent members of the family form their own thriving hub in southern Europe proves that the lure of traditional palace life is fading fast. Which leaves us with one massive, lingering question. Is Sarah Ferguson's quiet arrival in Portugal just a short visit to see her new granddaughter, or are we watching the royal family split into two completely different worlds forever? Sarah Ferguson's quiet, off-the-grid arrival in Portugal shows a mother doing whatever it takes to support Princess Eugenie and welcome her new baby girl. At the same time, it highlights just how far this branch of the family has pulled away from traditional palace expectations in London. Step by step, they are building a fresh life far from British headlines, proving that living under palace rules isn't the only option for modern royals. What do you think about Sarah Ferguson's decision to fly out to Portugal? Do you think the family is right to step back and build an independent life abroad, or should they stay closer to the monarchy back home? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button to support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification alerts so you never miss out on the latest updates from around the royal family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.